Alright, so I've done a light layer of foundation and I've done my brows. Now I'm just applying the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. Now I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher palette for this whole look. I'm going in with this e.l.f. Small angled brush. I'm going to get it damp. And I'm going to go in with that darkish shade, that definer shade right there. And I'm just going to draw a line. I'm going to look straight ahead. And I'm going to draw that line right above that crease that you can see. Not in it, but right above it, really, so it's like pretty much one thing. And then I'm going to wing it out. And this is going to be the line that I'm going to work off of. Now this line doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to try to get it as pretty. At least I'm going to set it where I want. The line doesn't have to be like, you know, how you would do your wing just flawlessly, because we're going to blend it all out. But I just want to get that like a base of where I'm going to go up. And everything's going to be colored from that line and above it. So I'm going to try to make them as even as possible. My right eye is a little more droopy than my left eye, so if it looks crooked, it's probably because it is. Right now I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. crease brush, eye crease brush. I'm going to pick up that shade, that crease shade right there. And I'm going to pretty much fill in this line. And you'll be able to tell what I mean. I'm going to buff it out, the darker line, and kind of fill it in so it's dramatic. And I'm just going to continue to build up and blend out. Staying a little more darker at the line, obviously, and getting a little bit lighter as we go up. We don't want it too dark up there. Back in with that small e.l.f. angled brush there, and I'm going to pick up this color. It's the other crease color. It's a little bit lighter than the darkest shade, but darker than the shade we just used. And I'm going to feather that up. This isn't the best brush, and as you can see when I get down further in the video, you'll see I actually find a brush that's for better use. But I kind of just made that line a little darker and feathered it up. Now I'm blending it out with this clean e.l.f. crease brush. I didn't put any product on this brush. I'm just using it to blend out that line. I'm just going to clean up a little bit of the mess. I did put foundation on because I've got some uglies on my face. But I do recommend with a dark eye like this that you wait and do your foundation last, because you will have some fallout. So I'm going to clean up the lid a little as well. And if you wanted to apply a white liner on your lid to make that color pop even more, you could. I chose not to. I'm just going to use the shadow. So that's totally up to you. I'm going to use this flat eyeshadow brush. I don't know who that eyeshadow brush is from. I got a whole pack from my mom, and they don't have any name or anything on it. And I'm just going to, as you can see, I mixed the two colors, the two top colors there. A little one's matte and one's a little bit sparkly. And I'm just going to apply that on the lid. And I'm using this flat brush so that I can really, you know, get the definition. And I'm going to just wing that out, as you can see. I was talking about earlier. It's like a crease brush, but it's a little more tapered than the e.l.f. one, so I could really get in there, but it's not going to be as defined as the angled brush. And so this one works a lot better, so it's not such a, I don't know, it helps blend the colors a little bit easier. So going back in there and just kind of darkening it up a little, making it, you know, dark. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. eye blending brush. I love this brush and that matte shade there, and I'm going to just blend out the top to give it a little bit of a softer look. So now I'm going to go back in and darken it up and blend it out, darken it up and blend it out. Okay, so I'm gonna take that small e.l.f. angled brush that we used earlier. I did get my brush wet, and I'm going back into that original darkest color in the palette, and I'm just drawing that wing, as you can see there, and kind of taking it to the middle of my eye. And if you notice, I'm making the wing just a little bit shorter than the top to give it that dimension. I'm not making it as long, as I'm just trying to get a little point on it there. Now I'm going to go take this. This is a clean crease brush. I just kind of dusted off the remaining eyeshadow that was left on it. I'm just going to smudge the bottom out. I'm not touching the wing. It's just for underneath, so it's not so sharp. Give it a little smoke to match the top there. I'm going to take white eyeliner, and I'm going to line the inner rim of my, you know, the thing. But please don't be as rough as I'm being. You can obviously, I'm tugging on my face, and you can see I created a bag there. Don't do that, okay? Be gentle. Now I'm going to take this flat, it's actually an e.l.f. concealer brush, but it's just a small flat brush that I like to use for the inner corner. If you wanted to add white liner there to make it pop a little more, you can. I just wanted it to look cohesive, so I didn't add any liner. I'm going to add another layer of foundation, obviously, and curl my lashes. Oh God. And then we're going to apply mascara. Oh, no we're not. We're going to apply NYX Under Eye Concealer. This is in light pale. I love this stuff. And I'm just taking this flat concealer brush. It's one of the no-name brushes, and you know, fix your stuff. And I'm just going to pat that on there, and then I'm going to use my fingers to kind of melt the product in. I'm not really moving it around, but I want to make sure that there's no brush lines. And then after I conceal, I'm going to go in with my mascara, which is the CoverGirl Flash Fusion in Bloom. Purple one right here. And I'm going to take a ridiculously long time to do my lashes. This is one of those looks that would look great with false lashes. I don't normally wear them, so that's why I'm just doing my mascara like normal. And just taking the time to brush them out and make them look as good as I can. So now's a good time to check yourself out, see if you need to comb your lashes anymore. And now I'm taking the Age Rewind. This is the neutralizer, and I'm going to put that under my eyes. I'm going to do the big triangle, make weird faces. I put it down my nose and on my chin a little, kind of in the center of my face to highlight it a little bit. That is the e.l.f. blush brush. It's like a tapered brush, and I'm going in with e.l.f. St. Lucia's Contour. And I'm just going to do pretty much, it's like the 3 motion. I'm getting a little on my temples, mostly in my cheekbones, and a little underneath that double chin. What? Double chin. Then I'm using the e.l.f. Up and Up blush brush to apply that blush out of that same e.l.f. St. Lucia's palette. Now, this is an old lip pencil. I believe it's from Revlon, and it's just a nude color. I'm using a cut up e.l.f. lip brush to do it. This lip brush sucks. I'm going to go with this Lorac lip gloss. Lorac lip gloss. And put that right over. I love this lip gloss. It is so pretty. Then I'm going to go in and darken it up a little bit more up there because I've seen some patches. I don't want any patches in my eyes, so I'm going to darken it up and I'm going to look at it and I'm going to figure out what I need. If you need to add a little bit more. So after you add, don't forget to blend. And I end up putting my hair back and realizing that my contour on my one cheek was extremely strong and it needed to be blended out as well. Blending is your friending. Then you try to give the sultry face looks to show off your eyeshadow. I don't know how to do it. I always feel funny. But anyways, this is the completed project. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you like it.